All right, so the stage is set for the colourful reed dance this weekend. This cultural practice mirrors a proud moment where young maidens voluntarily choose to display their commitment to sexual abstinence. Now, this year's celebration includes a multi-layered program that will delve deep into equipping young girls with a buffet of skills and career guidance, with the aim to arm them with necessary tools to deal with social ills affecting the youth. So we are going to be in conversation with Professor Sihawukele Ngubane, academic, cultural expert. He's from the University of Kwazulu-Natal, to unpack this a little bit further. Prof. Sihawukele, good morning, and thank you for joining us bright and early on the SABC at this hour.
Good morning, and thank you for inviting me.
Prof, it's always best to start at the beginning, perhaps as we trace, this practice back to its origin. You could talk to the origin story of the reed dance, how the ceremony has also evolved over time.
Yes, I think the origin of this practice, which is a cultural expression, started in the early 20th century, around 1940. It started in Eswatini. It was called Swaziland then. And then in 1991, the late King introduced and revived the custom in KwaZulu-Natal. So it comes a long way.
Well, thank you for painting that picture, because it also reflects values and traditions of the participating community. I wonder if you could explore that a little bit further, given the context in 2024.
Yeah, I think the context in 2024 is that it is preserving the cultural legacy and the cultural heritage, and it's a form of respect for the tradition, because this thing has been transmitted from generation to generation, taking care of the initial stages in 1940. It died out between that period of inception, and then later in 1991, in KwaZulu, it was revived for the same purpose of fostering national pride to the young women, and also the identity of the Zulu nation. So it's keeping the legacy alive in promoting women and celebrating women, because it is about respect for women who have sustained themselves in keeping themselves keeping the pride as a young woman.
Well, Prof, I actually want to delve into that a little bit further, because there's going to be lots of songs and celebrations, and it's obviously going to be aligned to the themes that come across today. I wonder if you could unpack that a little bit more. The sounds, the instruments that are also used, the cadences. Talk to us about the significance of that during this Heritage Month as well.
Yeah, I think the underlying spirit of the reed dance is that it is a celebration. So, as you have said it yourself, that there is a lot of singing, there is a lot of parading by the maidens to present their reed to the king. So the songs, they create and they compose these songs for this event, and also they are given enough time. It's an annual event, so each year they prepare for the event by composing the songs and singing the songs. And also it is vibrant in terms of the way it is performed. It becomes a performance on its own, because there's dance, there's singing, there's shouting and laughter. It is indeed a celebration.
So with that celebration, I mean, there's obviously also a program that, as you alluded to, happens every year. I wonder if you could walk us through what, some of the significant milestones that have to be reached, perhaps even the handing over of the reed itself.
Maybe I can take the viewers through that. This process starts when the girls arrived in Nongoma. They are given a chance to prepare their accommodation where they are going to put up, and then they go to the river to collect the reed. Under the supervision of the senior women who have been doing this event for quite some time now. Once they have collected the wreaths, they make these bangles, and then they wait for the day to start. Early in the morning, they will collect the wreaths and they move with the wreaths into groups. They are divided into a district. So the first on the queue will be one district, and the district will follow one another. With the wreaths in their hands, they start the songs and they start parading towards the royal crawl so that they can present their bangles before the king. So that's the whole process, which takes a long time because there are so many girls, over 20, 30,000 maidens do the parades.
All right, Prof, thank you for painting that picture. I know we're bringing rolling coverage on the SABC as the day progresses. Perhaps, on a personal note, are there any anecdotes or stories from participants at large about their reed dance experiences? I mean, what are some of those sentiments that come through over the years that you can share?
Unfortunately, I don't have any of those stories, but we always see from the TV, as you are the key people who showcase these events. But for some of the girls, they learn quite a lot because we see this celebration as a youth camp or a youth outing. They live their daily routine and then they go out and mingle with other ladies, sharing their experiences. Some, they come from different backgrounds. They've never been exposed to such event, to such outing. So the stories of what they learn there, because there's a lot that they learn when they go to this event. There are counselors, there's education, there's training on how they should behave. And I think there's quite a lot that they learn on how to behave or to keep their morals upright.
Prof, let's delve into that a little bit further. I mean, as you allude to, the initiatives address social ills that affect the youth: poverty, unemployment, inequality, triple threats, really. There's also a scourge of gender-based violence. How do you think they're adequately equipped by the councillors, by the leaders at large?
Yeah, I think they are well equipped, and they use this platform as a dialogue for gender-based violence prevention. Because the fact that they are away from their boyfriends and they are out there at Nongoma, that's when they are told and they are taught about how they can prevent themselves from this gender-based violence. So I think the people who are there as senior women, they are equipped and they are trained to try and guide them and give them counseling as to how they can approach gender-based violence. And I think it's the right platform for them to have such a dialogue, because it's not about a one-way teaching, which is interacting. They interact with these maidens, they talk to them. Sometimes they talk in smaller groups or in a bigger groups, because there are so many of them that take care of these women. In fact, when you come from a district, you have got 2 or 4 leaders, depending on the size of the girls that are coming. And those women will be responsible for teaching these young girls. So I think it's very effective and it's impactful. And it's a new experience to some girls that have never been to the event.
Yeah, because Prof, I'm also just looking at the numbers. I mean, thousands descending to KZN. I wonder if you could also speak to the specific economic opportunities available, perhaps even, honing entrepreneurial skills and programs to the participants, but ultimately also how it contributes to KZN's tourism industry, the economic benefits across the value chain.
Yeah, there are a lot of economic opportunities and empowerment through this event because, as I said earlier, it's an annual event. So people start preparing for each and every year to come and ascend to this place. And starting from home, the transport, the taxis, they benefit from the transportation of the girls, the buses, they are hired, and government intervention in paying for transportation. People have food stalls there, they sell food, and it's a tourism attraction because many people around the globe come, even from abroad, they come to witness this event. So it boosts the economy, it boosts the tourism industry, and even the hospitality teams and accommodation, the B&Bs, they all benefit from this event. So it is something that empowers economy, and it also promotes social cohesion because you see people from different cities coming to the event.
Prof, just as we wrap up very quickly, what are some of the unique challenges that would also be posed at this point?
In terms of what?
In terms of logistics, in terms of, 2024, the relevance, significance of it, what comes to mind on that front?
I think the main challenge is the erosion of the tradition, because the event embodies the identity of the Zulu nation and what they stand for, and also the observation of culture.
Okay.
So, in other words, this forms a challenge, and also the modernization, because people are living in modern times. They don't want to go and practice their tradition. So these are challenges that there's a force between. There's a power dynamic between the tradition and modernity.
All right, Prof, we continue to bring you rolling coverage from the SABC as the day unfolds. Thank you for your time, Prof. Ngubane, joining us as we explore the rich cultural heritage and significance of the Reed dance.